DeMarcus Cousins, an NBA All-Rookie First Team, two-time All-NBA Second Team, and a four-time NBA All-Star. He spent 7 seasons with the Sacramento Kings and was an absolute beast on them. He was lethal inside the paint, had elite defense, pretty good speed for a big man, and one of the more impressive stats, year after year he increased his three-point percentage shooting. At some point he was at 35%. Everything was going well for the big man. There was just one problem. The Kings as a whole were not succeeding. Year after year, they would find themselves in the lower portion of the Western Conference. And the Kings organization knew that they had to make a big move because this group was not going to succeed. So, in the 2016-17 season, they traded DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans. And that did not slow him down. Despite the fact that he was playing with Anthony Davis, he was still putting up big numbers, had multiple 30-plus point games, and was playing at an elite level. But then came the 2017 to 2018 season. DeMarcus Cousins was once again elected to another All-Star game, and he was playing like an All-Star, except this happened a few weeks prior to the event.
Cousins misses. Oh, almost got his own rebound.
Big thing right now is just...
And he just got hurt in the area of his Achilles.
This is really where the turning point of DeMarcus Cousins' career started. He suffered a torn Achilles and had to miss the rest of the season. And what made this injury even more frustrating for Cousins is that he had never made the playoffs before in his NBA career. And that was the season where he would have gotten his first shot, except he had to sit it out. So came the offseason. There was a lot of frustration between the Pelicans front office and Cousins. So he did not end up re-signing with them and was really out there for grabs. And so after about a month and a half, he signed a 1-year, $5 million deal with the Golden State Warriors. Once this signing was announced, the entire NBA and their fan bases were going crazy, saying that the Warriors are going to be an unfair team to face because they have now an all-star at every single position. And they were very confused as well that DeMarcus Cousins signed such an undervalued contract. Well, at the time, this is all part of Cousins' plan. He knew that the Warriors were not going to be able to afford to re-sign him, and he thought that this was the biggest opportunity for him to show his talent at the highest level, the NBA playoffs. And for the longest time, his plan was working. He missed about half the season as expected, and he came back off to a bit of a slow start, but started playing much better basketball as expected. And he indeed did get that shot at the playoffs and had a decent game 1. But in the second quarter of game 2, Cousins tore his quad. And at the time, it seemed like that was going to be it for the rest of the season. However, DeMarcus Cousins worked extremely hard and was able to get himself back for game 1 of the NBA Finals. Although he did have a minute restriction, which is why he came off the bench, he tried to make the most of it. Other than game 2, in every other game, DeMarcus Cousins played pretty well and tried to make the most of his plan, which was to prove his talent at the highest level, in this case, the NBA Finals. The 2018-19 season was an injury-filled season for DeMarcus Cousins, and because of that, it was the worst season of his career. Health-wise, number-wise, you look at everything, he was not the same. And because of that, his plan did not work. This offseason, not many teams were interested in him, and the teams that were, they were not willing to pay him that much money. So, DeMarcus Cousins agreed to a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with the Lakers, which is $1.5 million less than what he had accepted with the Warriors. But about a month later, in the morning of August 15th, the Los Angeles Lakers announced that in practice, DeMarcus Cousins tore his left ACL and is most likely going to have to undergo surgery, which was most likely going to shut down the season for him. And so the road of frustrations in Cousins' career continues. But for every one of you who drops a like and hits that subscribe button, it's going to help him feel better soon. So make sure to do that. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And I'll see you all next time.